Hello there, ladies and gentlemen. A long time no see. Yes, it is me, and I don't know if you guys even remember me. And once again, some changes will happen to this channel. A long time ago, I used to make DBD videos on this channel, from cringy montages, developing into shitty commentary gameplays. Oh my god, nice! I had a super tiny fan base, which I am still very grateful and always will be. But my motivation and love to make DBD videos died out, and I just didn't have fun making videos about this game, so called Dead by Daylight. So if you're subscribed to me because of the DBD content and only interested in DBD content, then I recommend you to unsubscribe, because today I will start reviewing games. Trollsman, what the f? Yes! We start a new series called My Useless Review On, followed by the name of the game I will review. I do apologize to everyone who enjoy my DVD content, but I do hope you will now enjoy my new content instead. Anyways, enough talking. But before I continue this video, as always, thank you for watching. Today's game we'll talk about is a 2023 nominated Game of the Year, Baldur's Gate 3. Baldur's Gate 3, a turn-based RPG game based on the famous tabletop role-playing game called Dungeons & Dragons. Even though I have not played it, cause I have zero friends, I still know and can understand how it works. And you should also know what D&D is, and if you don't know, then you should start to move out from your mother's basement. When the game got released, it was really buggy. Even though I didn't play it when it was released, I've heard it from my own brother and some other discussion in the community about it. But it is 2024, and with time, things start to improve. Right? Don't worry, I don't think Baldur's Gate got any worse. Or did it? The main story is pretty generic. You're a character named Tav, or you can change that name to whatever you want and prefer in the character creation, who wakes up inside a giant dimension crossing mind flayer ship and sooner realizes they have a nice little worm inside their brain that will turn them into Octodad. To stop this, they gotta find a cure.
We're most certainly going to need a healer. And soon, too.
Tav escapes the ship like a badass as it crashes and lands on the beach. As they start their journey finding a cure, Tav meet allies along the way who also have a worm thing inside of them. And together, they fight their way through different regions like you were in the Lord of the Rings to find a cure. Sure, I did say a generic story about finding a cure, as many games have a story about that subject. But with this generic finding a cure story, the game has many side quests that are beneficial and also is a huge plot to the main storyline, which is why the game becomes simply amazing, with many great companion missions, detailed side quests that will make nice twists to the main plot, funny and sad interactions with NPCs, plot twists, character developments, and nice romance options that will make you question your loneliness. If you decide to skip all of this and just follow the main storyline, then I think you should seek therapy, because you will be missing out on an amazing story and the true beauty of Baldur's Gate 3. On my first playthrough, it took me over 112 hours to complete the game, and I took my time trying not to miss anything important. Let me tell you, those 112 hours were an amazing experience and totally worth it. Along the way, the story changes based on your choices. Yes, you heard me correct, it is a make your choice game, where your choices and actions have consequences. You can be a pacifist, or a complete sinister psychopath, or something in between depending on your morale. With all these details and amazing side content, it makes the main story just beautiful. The character creation is simple and nice. It's not Dragon's Dogma 2 level of character creation, but you can still create some ugly or good looking characters. If you want to spice it up a little bit, you can always mod it and create characters everyone sims for. But if you are like me, a console peasant, then the vanilla version itself is good enough. Nothing big, nothing shitty, just simple and nice. There's many classes you can choose, for example Warlock, Bard, Fighter and so on. If you want to play with 2 classes, or even 3, then you can do that if you feel like a true badass. If you feel like switching classes mid-game, then you can also do that by speaking to Daddy Boneman. Nothing too complicated and super overwhelming, just how I like it. In my opinion, I think the gameplay is pretty nice, and I do enjoy it a lot. It's a turn-based RPG, meaning it is not this fast-paced action game. When you're not in combat, you play walking simulator. You loot stuff, talk to weird NPCs, have nice conversations with your companions, and explore the world of Baldur's Gate. But during combat, it turns into a turn-based game. Turn-based game is like a board game where the player takes turn on each character. During combat, time is split into turns. While you as a player think about your next move, time stands still for everyone else, like the world just activated. Turn-based are strategic, and you always gotta think 2 steps ahead, like it is a chess game. And if you make a slightly bad move, or if you're stupid just like me, it can lead to your depression. Like XCOM Divinity in Mordenheim, your chance to hit your opponent is based on the percentage mark shown here. Everything depends on your class, character skills, environment, and what foes you're up against. All of it can either give you disadvantage or advantage on hitting your target. So you always gotta think which ally you're bringing into battle and if they are suitable enough to dominate over your enemies. Even though this style of gameplay is not for everyone, I find it quite amusing. You always gotta think, and you can't afford to get overconfident or you might lose your battle. It is satisfying to hit your target, and also frustrating when you miss a 99% hit chance on a target that is bigger than the whole universe. Combat gameplay is smoother sometimes, but some moments the enemies can take their sweet ass time making action. It's like they're thinking about their life, questioning their existence before making a move. And if you're going up against a hard foe, and you have to deal with this slow annoying thing every time you restart, it will either test your patience and just wants to make you throw yourself from the Eiffel Tower. If you're beginning to turn-based games, it would take some time to get the hang of it. And maybe you even give up and drop the game. But when you do get the hang of it, things will start to move smoother for you, and you will start to make decisions a bit faster. Everything takes time to learn, and if you have a patience like an imp, then I recommend you to become a Shaolin monk. The controls on the console feels nice. They did a great job adjusting it for the console version, and it doesn't feel overwhelming. I have not played the PC version cause I'm a console bro, but I do have seen gameplays and it's quite fascinating. Nothing complicated, nothing mindfuck. It takes some time to get used to. When you do, it will be 10 times more fun. Baldur's Gate 3 has 5 difficulty settings: Explorer, Balance, Tactician, Honor, and Custom mode. Of course, on my first playthrough, I always go with normal because I want to enjoy the game and not lose my sanity. Even though in normal mode, aka balance, I still struggle in some parts where I had to restart many times just to win one battle. In my opinion, I would say the game gives you a fair amount of challenge during combat, as the game should do. A game shouldn't be too easy, so you feel like One Punch Man, but it shouldn't also be impossible and make you feel like a worthless little ant that has no home, and Baldur's Gate 3 balances the difficulty perfectly. It is a game that will give you challenges that you have to push through, and if you lose, it is mostly on you. There will be many deaths, restarts and quick saves. Will I consider this game hard? Well, it really depends on which mode you choose, but I will say that this game is kinda tough at some moments. When it comes to the graphic of Baldur's Gate 3, I have not much to say. It is great and there is nothing wrong about it. And if you're complaining about the graphic, then I think you should turn yourself upside down and penetrate your head inside the floor, because Baldur's Gate 3 graphic is great and breathtaking. For the music, it is also beautiful, and it will make you float like you were ascending to heaven. I always think music is extremely important when it comes to video games, as it adds the extra immersive feeling and enjoyment as you play the game. Baldur's Gate 3, in my opinion, has some nice tracks that I find epic and nice. Here are some examples. I gotta say, some tracks are better than others and more memorable, and some I tend not to think about. But still, the music is great and there's nothing to complain about. The soundtrack seemed to fit quite well for each occasion and was quite enjoyable, as it mostly enhanced the enjoyment of the game itself. Sometimes I decide to listen to some of its soundtrack when I want some inspiration. One of the standout features that elevates Baldur's Gate 3 into a beautiful game is its detailed side quests and companion missions.
Wow! Beautiful!
I cannot stress enough how crucial it is to dive into these adventures and take your time with the game. The developers have poured an immense amount of detail into each quest. Almost. Creating rich and immersive experience that could alter the main storyline in subtle but impactful ways. While not all side missions are crucial to the central plot, they weave a tapestry of choices and consequences that span across all 3 acts. You will find yourself sometimes initiating quests in Act 1 that only reach their climax in Act 3, making the world feel alive and dynamic. No matter your path, some quests will sadly slip past you. Certain missions won't even surface depending on the decisions you make. This means for those who are an unstable perfectionist like me, who yearns to uncover every secret and explore every narrative possibility, multiple playthroughs are a must. Each journey through the game offers a unique glimpse into the expansive world of Baldur's Gate 3, ensuring that no 2 playthroughs are ever the same.
Let's leave them alone. I don't want to be invited to the wedding.
Remember when I said that almost every mission was detailed? Well, there is some content that lacks and it feels a tad empty. One great example is Will's storyline. His story and romance content was just lacking, and I'm a bit disappointed in that. He has a good backstory that had a huge potential for a great story writing, but sadly it didn't happen. I know he has been rewritten, but I'm a man who is picky. Some other examples for lacking content are Halsin, Karlach and Minifara, but I won't go into so much detail cause I don't want to spoil. With this lacking content, I still enjoy the game a lot, and I won't criticize that much, only in silence. Speaking of companions, all I gotta say, I love all of them. I enjoy speaking to each and every one of them. Of course, I have some that I like more than others, but that is normal. Each companion is not bland, and they all have personality. Will is a good heroic quirky guy, Karlach is sweet, hot-tempered caring person, Gale is an ambitious hard-working nerd, our confident straightforward Lae'zel, sassy twink Astarion, and secretive caring Shadowheart. Every character, in my opinion, is interesting. I love all of them, and they make me start to lose care for a non-existent person. They all have character development throughout the game, depending on your choices, interesting storylines, and enjoyable interactions. Baldur's Gate truly excels in its portrayal of side characters. Each character is not only memorable, but distinctly unique, bringing the game's world to a vibrant life. Developers have done an outstanding job in crafting these personalities, ensuring that they resonate deeply with players. It's clear that a tremendous amount of effort went into making each side character feel alive, and every one of them are unique and memorable in their own way. Like any video game, Baldur's Gate 3 isn't without its glitches and bugs. As I mentioned at the start of the video, during release, players encountered tons of glitches and bugs, but most of it have been patched. So how does Baldur's Gate look now? During my first playthrough, I encountered some bugs myself. One of them forced me to restart the whole boss fight cause one of the enemies glitched out of the map. Sometimes the map glitches and you end up walking on a grey void. Some bugs made me fall to my death. One moment even Will fell to his death. One glitch, Yahira didn't even want to follow me around town. One moment I saved some peasants from Sawajin, and after I got arrested for it. For some damn reason.
Thank you for cutting those creatures down, truly. Gods know what would have happened if you weren't here.
You murdered someone in view of a guard. Perhaps unsurprisingly, you're under arrest.
I encountered most of my bugs during Act 3, and I can safely say that Act 3 felt rushed, hence all the glitches and bugs I encountered. Of course there will be glitches in games, not everything is perfect and flawless, and it is something we just gotta accept. I wouldn't consider them as a game breaking bug, the game was still playable and it didn't make me stop enjoying the game. But everything is perfect and flawless and it is something you just gotta accept. Baldur's Gate 3 is not flawless, it has its ups and downs, but I still consider it as a good ass game. So what will I rate this game on a scale from 1 to 10? Well, definitely a 8 out of 10. The story is amazing, the side content is fascinating, the characters are memorable and lovable, and the game feels dynamic and free. There are some bugs here and there, but I wouldn't consider it as a game-breaking bug and making the game unplayable. I guess my only issue when the AI takes the time to process during combat and all the lacking and cut content. 8 is not a bad number, matter of fact, a strong and good one, and I would say it is definitely in my top 10 all-time favorite video game list. Again, it took me 112 hours to beat the game, and I still wish they had more than 3 acts. When I finished the game, I felt empty and sad, like I lost my favorite waifu pillow. The money was worth it, and this game is a good example when the devs shows love to the game. No doubt, I will pick up my controller and launch Baldur's Gate again to play another playthrough. This game is not for everyone, and if you don't like it, then that's totally fine. But if you love fantasy RPG game, a challenging one with amazing story, a game that feels dynamic and immersive, then I highly recommend Baldur's Gate 3. Alright, we have come to an end to this video, and I just want to say thank you for watching and for staying this long. If you hear this now, because some people just they don't want to watch my videos. Anyways, I know this is a little bit different, this content, but I hope you enjoy it. And if you don't, then that's okay too. So yeah, I will see you guys in the next video, and yeah, take care.